Hello YouTube, it's me Busy Bee. Today we're going to do a project that I need to do for Project Peterbilt. Okay, some of you don't know, I bought a 379 Peterbilt a few months back, and as you go over time things do fall apart because she has 1.5 million miles on her. Now for those who don't know what this is the part that I got put on the truck. This is the vent thing that goes in the side of the sleeper on the outside of the truck. And what I've got to do today is I got to take time to take apart half the cabinet in order to put this one on the upper side of the sleeper berth. Okay. And what had happened is that over time, things do wear and tear with old age, with the brackets, the pins, and everything that goes into place with this. It shakes and rattles and then falls apart. I mean, it happens, you know. Look how many years this truck is. It's a 2000. So you got 18 years worth of use and abuse, and now it's just fell apart. Okay. So what we got to do is I'm going to show you a video on how to. I'm learning as I go. We are who we are. We make do with what we got. I don't edit or anything. This is strictly from me. Straight up video. I will stop here and there through the videos as I'm getting stuff apart and explaining what I did, and if I get stuck somewhere I'll pause the video and we'll come back to it. But this goes on the outside of the sleeper. If you look at a semi truck, this is what you'll see on the outside, and these open and close. So it'd be like this on the side of the sleeper. You know, you'll see it like this, and then if it's open, boop, you know, and you get air inside the cab of the truck or the sleeper of the truck as you're rolling down the road. So let's get this started. Let me get the camera re-angled what we're working on today. We're in the sleeper, the Peterbilt. This is what we're doing for today. And then I got some news on the GS750, and we'll do a vlog on that probably later this week. I'm going to pre-record a few videos today and possibly a little bit tomorrow. Give you a little more info, and I'll do a little more on the Peterbilt today and show you what I've done so far. I have another project that's going to be done this winter with the wife and I, and it's just more of an informational video for just the Peterbilt alone on how to put this vent back in the truck. It flew off going down I-70 in Illinois, believe it or not, and it sucked. I'm like, man! So let's put this on pause, get the camera re-angled, and we'll get back with you in just a second. Okay, guys? All right, so we're back. Camera's re-angled. This is what we're working on today, okay? This right here, this is what moves that deal, okay? Opens and closes it. Basically what happened is that big piece I showed you had broke. So we've got to figure out, do we need to take this whole thing out right here? Or can we get away with just taking this part here? So what I'm going to start with is this first and see what we got. And then we'll go from there and work with it. We might have to do 2 videos on this. We'll see. And we'll just go from there, guys. I mean, it's a learning experience. This is what this whole channel is. It's about learning on your own and figuring it out on your own rather than, you know, I could do some YouTube videos on this, but I haven't found one YouTube video on how to take this apart. I've looked and looked and looked, and I'm the only one I think that's had this on there. So why not do a video on it, right? So let's figure this out, shall we? So the way it looks, we need a Phillips head screwdriver. And find one that fits. And I'm using my impact, a little bitty impact for this. It looks like the one. Just to make it a little easier on me, you know. Alright. Stick our little impact on her. Alright. Pop our screws out here. It's a little warm in here because, whew, it's hot outside, but I got a breeze coming in here right now with the truck. Side bump, emergency door open over here, just get a little vent, get a little more air in here. And I might open up the other vents here in a second. Alright, let's see what we got here. And I got a little name for this Peterbilt. I call her Petey. Okay, that's what I call her. I call her Petey. Alright, Petey, what you got behind you here? Well, the way it looks,
we're going to take this whole cabinet apart, and this ain't going to be fun at all. So I got a speaker box here. I know I might have to detach. Oh, it's got screws in it with the cover and everything, so well, we'll just wing it. We'll kind of leave that together at the moment. But from what I'm seeing so far is there's some screws here in the back side, and you got some screws here up top, and then we'll go from there, okay? So we're going to take these screws out and we'll be right back. Well, we got this part loose, but there's still something hanging on to take this apart. So we got to figure out what's still hooked to it. But I think it might be something on the bottom side of this cabinet, maybe, or around the trim or something, or underneath this, maybe. Let's take a little peek here. I don't feel any screw holes or anything there. Okay, I see what it is. Something over here holding it up. Screws. I might get away with it. Let's see. Let's see if we can get away. Nope. We got something underneath that's holding it up. I think it might be in the bottom of this cabinet. Let's find out, okay? Hold on a second. Okay, so this is what we had to do, guys. On this particular setup, there's 4 screws on the underside of this cabinet. Okay, so you're going to take the 4 screws out here, take the 4 screws out here, and I took this apart for the speaker, took the speaker out, and we're loose. We're good to go. So we should be able to just pull it out like so. Ta-da! And that cabinet's out of there. Listen to all that stuff fall. All right. So we're now to that vent window that broke. And what happened was, if you'll see, if I can get the focus on here, the welds, the spot welds from old age fell apart. That's why it broke. Which sucks on my part because I've had to replace every bit of this crap. But what do you expect for something that's really old and wore out? I mean, it's going to happen over the years, you know, that things will fall apart, you know. But everything else here looks pretty good and solid inside the sleeper. I did have some stuff fall back in the back side here a while back. That would be my rod. Yep, there's the rod. And all the other goodies with it. But I got extras just in case I couldn't find them and retrieve them. So, and a part of me's thought about this for a while. I've thought about redoing this up here maybe. I just want to see what we had behind all this. So I have a good structure behind all this. Now here is the part of the sleeper. Steel structure for when it rolls or whatever. But I might be able to put a cabinet in here if I wanted to, guys. That might come later on, but not right now. But I have a cabinet that fit in there perfectly. I just have to cut a groove to fit that cabinet in here, and then make something for this maybe, or just have a half a cabinet here, and then make something nice here that's chrome and shiny and cool maybe. I'll figure something out. I always do. Either that, just say screw it and go find new cabinets out of another Peterbilt that's a little more updated than these old-timey things. Because look, I mean, they're the old-timey type. Okay, that's a spoon, by the way. I cook in the truck too. So, all right. So we got this squared away. Now we have to find the parts to put back into this truck, and I got to slip the other part back in and figure out which one I got to put back in. And then once we get that in, I have to slip this guy back in there, and then figure out how this goes back on there. All right, so stay tuned. We'll be back right second. Okay, so here is one that's complete. Okay, as you can see, it has spot welds in the whole unit. This is where this would originally attach right here, you know, like this inside the unit. That's what happened. Over time, the welds got old and they just broke, you know. Age does it a lot. You know, things do break and fall apart. Like me, I get old. But this is what you got, okay? I'm going to put this in here on the outside right quick. If I could do it on video, that'd be awesome. But we'll see if I can slip her back in there. All right. Well, unfortunately, my arm is not long enough. So, I'm going to have to go get a ladder. Yay! Hold that thought, y'all. All right, so we have the vent slip through on the other side so we can get the pin in. Now we got to figure out how to get this pin inside this bad boy. So there's a hole in the bottom. You can't do it from the top because there's not enough space between here and here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to open this up a little bit so I can get a little bit of light in here because it's so dark in here at the moment. There's the hole. Maybe it goes the other way. Let's see. Put my flashlight over here so I can see a little more. Alright, so let's see. I think it just goes like this, honestly. Yep, I think that's how it goes. Slip it through. The actual brace itself, I guess. In the middle, on the side. Okay, it goes in the middle. Alright, just kind of wing it in there, you know. See, like I said, I'm learning as I go how this all rolls and goes in here because I've never done one of these before. So I'm learning as I go. Woohoo! Now we're in like Flynn, okay? You ever heard that term? Yep. All right. So we got all that in. Now she should fully operational. She's in there. Perfect. All right. So I'm going to look at this other one and see how these little plastic things go in there. So, from what I'm seeing, these little plastic things go like this on top, and they go like this on the bottom, okay? So, you figure out how to get your little plastic things in there. Kind of wiggle it down a little bit. Whew, man, it's hot. Hot, hot, hot today. And that actually keeps it from rattling loose and out, so... Alright, let's go ahead and snap her on out a little bit there. Whoo-wee! So I gotta get the caps on them. I guess I should have put the cap on first, beforehand, before I put all this on there. Huh. That's okay, we'll get it worked out. Let me get back with you in just a second. Okay, little tip that I figured out on my own. I had to put these little guys on there, okay? What I figured out is, you have this down far enough, make sure it's kind of angled a little bit, make sure the rod's angled a little bit, put your little grommet up in here. And I'll shine a little light on the subject here if you can make that out. You got a little grommet, set it where you need it. And that's where she sits, pretty much. And she gives it more of a hold. Easy peasy, man. Just like that. Now she works functionally and working good. Now, all I got to do is put this guy back on right here. Okay, this little guy. So, which one did I take off here earlier? This one. This is the one that broke. But why would I want to put one that's already been broke? But, you know, I could take screws out, reuse the original that was in here. But then, I got one that's ready to rock, so... But they've got one of them on there. What we got on here? Okay, we have an Allen head This has an Allen head on it. If you look how small the Allen head is. Let me get the camera to pick it up here so you can see it has an Allen head on it. So I've got to find an Allen head that is in my kit that I carry in the truck and go from there. Well, that don't fit. We'll find it here in a second, guys. Just give me a second. Alright. This is gonna work? Nope. Well, shoot. We'll find it in just a second. I made one mistake, guys. The thing that had the Allen head on it, this needs to be in the middle of that rod. So I gotta take the rod back apart, believe it or not, and then put the screws through with the Allen head and all that. So the rod's gotta go through here, and then you're all set. You learn as you go, right? And we are raw when we do videos. We don't edit or anything. They are as I go, and that's how I do my videos. I'm not like most YouTubers. We cut out smit bits and everything. I am who I am, and that's, and your approval is really not needed. But this is how I roll, man. Be back in just a second. So I finally got that taken care of. It's like it's supposed to be, guys. And now I gotta just attach the screws and the nuts, the lock nuts that go onto this unit. Just simply find your screw holes as you go. As my flashlight has a little tantrum. Okay. Make sure your little ball is off the end of this too, guys. I apologize for a flashlight. It's just being a jerk. Because the batteries are low and it wants to play disco, like this disco stew. Yeah. So simply just tighten up your nuts and your screws. Okay. And then there's two of them. Your nuts and your bolt, I guess you'd say. Alright. Find your little holes. Your handle is in there like it's supposed to be. And then voila. And then you take your little thing, put it on there last when you get the cabinet back up in the unit, and then you're all set, guys. That's how you put this together. That's how I figured it out on my own. You could have paid a mechanic $150 to do this bit, and you could have done it for free. I spent 40 bucks on these parts, okay, to fix this unit. Granted, it's a little pricey from a junkyard, but you're going to pay $200 from a Peterbilt dealership to get that part that you need. Whereas I saved myself a bundle just going to the junkyard and grabbing the part I need. So remember, like and subscribe my videos, and remember, Busy Bee is your man. If you want to keep it going, hit the likes, subscribe for more. I'll do more videos as I go, and I try to do as weekly as I can. Sometimes work is hectic. I drive an 18-wheeler for a living. I'm a truck driver, but when I'm home, I try to get things done with the big rig, and be safe out there. And I'll show you what we did on the outside here in a minute once I get this all buttoned up. And remember to like and subscribe my videos, okay, guys? I'm going to tighten this up a little bit, put the cabinet back up, and we'll go from there, okay, guys? All right. Okay, guys, so the size that you're using for the Allen wrench is an 1/8 for an Allen wrench, okay? And then I'm not sure what the actual wrench size is for the little nut, but I'll put that in the description below, in the video content below, of what wrenches and stuff you'll need to, and tools you'll need for this particular project. Okay, guys, like and subscribe as I always say, and we got the thing functioning. That's good. It's not broken anymore. Working like a dream. Now we just gotta put the cabinet back together, and that's that. And pretty much what you do is you do reverse of what you're taking out, okay? Slip this guy back through, which is where your handle is, for your vent. And Put this back on there. You don't have to take the little vents off right here. You really don't have to. I just seen what I had going on back there a little bit. Screw your knob back on here. Put your 4 screws back in here. Put your 4 screws back in your speaker here. Well, you don't even have to do the speaker, but it's good to disconnect the speaker behind this, all this stuff, okay, guys? Because you're going to be dangling a speaker wire. And then you put your 4 screws in the bottom side of this, inside this cabinet, okay? So you got to open the drawers up and do it that way. And then you're all set, okay? Alright, as you can see, everything is back the way it was before. All I gotta do is throw the little vents on. I'll probably throw them on a later day because I gotta quit. But that's all she wrote, folks, on that part. And then I'll take you outside and show you what I did. Alright? Alright, so this is what I did. So you can see I have a vent right up there. That's what we replaced, guys. And that's all she wrote, y'all. So be safe out there, my friends. Remember to like and subscribe my videos. Catch you later. I'm Busy Bee. Peace out. Love y'all. Later. Be safe.